welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing, surviving high school, senior year specifically. So, first quarter has already gone by for me. I survived that, barely, but I did. I survived it. I'm done with it. I don't know how my grades look because I'm too scared to check, but I'm done with it. So, I'm just gonna talk about senior year and things you need to do, things you shouldn't do. So yeah, let's just jump right into the video. But before we start, I'm gonna need you to hit that like and that subscribe button, maybe comment if you're feeling it, share it if you'd like, and now let's actually get on. I can assure that you are going to be doing a lot is creating PowerPoints for presentations, maybe lectures for English class, all that stuff. So these things are literally so freaking helpful. Note cards are literally so great for notes. Instead of like the speaker's notes on the phone kind of lag and stuff, here you just have everything written out, written down, short little snippets, take them up with you. You look professional, your teachers like you better. That is a known fact. That's all I have to say. This thing is a planner. This planner is empty because it is a 2020 planner, and it's by Blue Sky, I believe. It was about $10 on Amazon. My other planner, I don't even know what kind it is, but it's really little. It's like about that big, and I don't know where it is right now. So we're thriving, we're doing great. But planners are literally the best, especially when you have like little places for you to write like what's happening in your life, Like if you have an appointment on May 16th, on Tuesday, May 16th at 8 a.m., you can write appointment Tuesday, May 16th at 8 a.m. In that way, if you also have something at 6 p.m., you can write your something on the next line that you have at 6 p.m. It's just so helpful. It's great, and it looks so pretty, and it makes me feel like I have my life together. Gosh, we are 5 minutes in, and I want a burrito. Another thing, set multiple alarms in the morning. Don't just set one, because you're bound to just turn that off and oversleep completely and then be in a rush in the morning. What I do is I have an Alexa set alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Alarm set for 5 a.m. tomorrow.
And then, Alexa, set alarm for 5:15 a.m. tomorrow.
Second alarm set for 5:15 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, so I use her. I set as many as I think I'll need. One time I set up like 6, and that was a rough morning, not gonna lie. And then I also have an actual alarm clock that I set like a couple of alarms in between those times. Like instead of telling her 5:15, I would have said 5:30, and then I would have set my actual alarm to 5:15, so I'd have to get up out of bed to turn it off, because my bed's right there and my alarm clock's there. If you watched my room tour video, click on that, go watch that actually, because my room's pretty cute, not gonna lie. Which leads me into my next point. Keep an organized space. Like, oh my gosh. It's like how important this actually was until I started doing it. Like, if nothing else in my life is organized, at least my room is. Like, I have a nice, clean space that I can retreat to after a long day's work. AP classes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm taking 4 this year, but I have 5 exams because one of them is split up into 2 classes, so I guess technically I'm taking 5 APs this year. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, especially your senior year, unless you've been doing this all 4 years, you probably should not take 5 APs your senior year of high school, because I'm gonna tell you that senioritis is going to hit you like a truck, okay? Yes, there's that. And then you're gonna have all this work on top of college applications, on top of college interviews, on top of auditions and portfolio making if you're going into the arts, or even engineering, you might need a portfolio. I don't know how that works. Even though I take an engineering class in my school, I still don't know how that works. And your planner is going to be overflowing to the point where even like your most planned out, your place where you're supposed to keep the order of everything just isn't even going to help you anymore. And then you're not going to have enough time to do anything. Your life's going to fall apart and you're going to break down every day. And your parents are going to stop looking at your grades because they're a little worried about you. And your mom's going to be like, okay, let's stop this and let's take you back to therapy because you haven't been in a while. This is probably my life story right now. Okay. If you do happen to take those classes, these books and those like Barron's books, they are literal lifesavers. Like these books, if you purchase it, this was about $13 on Amazon, Modern European History. Our teacher was actually like, you need to buy this because you guys were too dumb. Just buy it. No, I shouldn't say that. I love her so much. It's only if you're watching. Note-taking was never one of my greatest qualities, not gonna lie. But I did manage to get better at it in the years. This is my bio notebook where I take most of my notes. I recommend taking notes in pen. That way later on when you're studying, you can highlight them. Notice nothing in here is highlighted because I did not use my notebook to study because my teacher gave us enough assignments and such that I didn't need to use this to study, but I probably will next test, which is... So writing notes and like bite-sized bits of information here, and like writing the concept here on the back of the note card, and then writing the notes here on the front of the note card, and then organizing them somewhere, and then going through concept. That's good for like really big tests, like midterms, quarter tests, you know, AP tests. That's what this is, honestly, wonderful for. I haven't used it yet, but I've heard of it, and I've heard that it works wonders. And midterms are coming up this quarter. My first actual midterms, I haven't actually had a midterm before because all of my classes that I took were like honors, and even the APs that I did take at my home school, their midterms were like projects, or they just didn't have one because they're like, I don't feel like it. So yeah, I haven't applied to colleges yet. Do not worry. Now, these aren't like admissions letters. I wish they were, but they're not. So if you haven't applied to colleges yet, don't you worry. Don't worry. By now you've probably started to get harassed by colleges through email and mail, and you're kind of like, God, why are you so obsessed with me? And even though a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, this application is due November 1st, I need to have it done by then, and December 1st. It seems like December 1st is the end-all be-all, but it is not, because there are so many schools out there that do rolling admissions, which means you can apply whenever, or, yeah, which means you can apply for whenever. Like, you could apply for next year's fall, like 2021 fall entrance and take a gap year. Like, you could do that if you feel like you're not ready for college, but you still want to apply, you know? And applying to college is easier than it's ever been before. You just make a Common App account. You can link your College Board and Common App, I think. I'm actually not sure if you can do that, but yeah. And then you just open the Common App, search up your colleges. The ones that are on the Common App will be on the Common App. Some of them do the Coalition App. Common App and Coalition App are two different things. I use Common App. I have no earthly idea about the Coalition App, but I could definitely get some information and make a video for you guys if that's what you would like. Comment down below, let me know. So the Common App, you just enter all those colleges, blah blah blah, enter all the information that you need, essay, and then bam, you're done. And you just submit. The annoying thing about the Common App is I have to submit each college one by one and enter a credit card number literally as many times as you have applied. The thing you do want to get done though is the FAFSA, which is the Student Federal Aid thing. It's going to ask you a lot of freaking questions about like your parents' social security number, how much money they make. So you're definitely going to need their help with that. if you're in a situation where you can get their help with that, they have like options, like if you're in a situation where you can get your parents' help, or if you can't get your parents' help, it's going to be different. But since I was in a situation where I could get my parents' help, I had to ask them for a lot of things. Yeah, my mom has to do 2 FAFSAs because my sister is also going to PT school after she graduates college. So now, working when you are in high school is very different from working when you are in college. I say this having a sister in college and knowing many people in college who work and are able to make time for both their job and school, almost regardless of their major. Working in high school, it's because you have a set time that you have to be at school every day from like 8 to 4, basically, depending on what time your school starts. And there's not a lot of wiggle room in those spots. And then your weekends, since you work 8 to 4 on weekdays, and say you have like an after school activity that goes from 4 to 6, and then you come home, you shower, you know, eat some dinner, and then you start homework at like 7:15. You know, it seems like it would be enough time, but most nights I am in bed by 9. I am not kidding. Like, I'm so tired and just worn out from the day that I'm in bed by 9. And it's just like an immense amount of work that you have to get done, that weekends aren't even that good of an option. If they're gonna have you working like from 8 to 4, literally a school day on a weekend, it's just gonna tire you out even more. So if you are working just to earn a few extra dollars, try cutting back on your hours and being like, listen, I can't work this much, or I'm gonna take like every other weekend off or something like that. Quit my job entirely just because that place was just not a good place. It was just not a good place. And like literally everyone who works there, like people my age who work there, not a lot of us have lasted very long. So yeah, I quit because it was just a terrible place to work. And I'm kind of looking for another job now. I'm not like throwing myself all into the job search, but I'm looking for something that I can do for like a couple hours, just like a couple days a week after school, and a couple hours on the weekend, and then just make some kind of dollar, you know, just a little bit, so I can fill up my gas tank and start saving again, because my savings has been put on a halt since I stopped getting paid. And then there are things I need to pay, like, you know, gas, co-pays for my appointments, and it's just not good because I don't have any money. Leisure time. Ever since I quit my job, I've gotten so much leisure time over the weekends, like I literally don't even know what to do with myself. Like Friday night, I slept from 8 to 8. Wild Friday night, I know, like, whoa. And then I literally did absolutely nothing on Saturday, like, and then yesterday was Sunday, I did absolutely nothing then. Today's Monday and I have a 4-day weekend, and I went to my appointment, but there was a $60 copay and I'm broke, so I came back home and I did absolutely nothing today. And tomorrow, I presume it will be the same, that I will do absolutely nothing tomorrow. And then Wednesday we are back into being pummeled by work. So, on the weekdays, a way to get in leisure time, you know, showering is honestly my way of leisure, even if it's only for like 7 minutes because I don't want to waste all the hot water. But another way, you know, take a nice bubble bath every once in a while. Just chill with a book or your phone, just a door closed somewhere. I'm kind of scared. Just chill in the bath with your phone or a book. Just chill, read something, sing, close your eyes but don't fall asleep. And don't stay in the bathtub for longer than 30 minutes. 1, because it feels weird when your hands are all wrinkly, and 2, you have stuff you need to get done. So get on out of the bathtub and go to your work. Also, my meals, I don't do any work during my meals. Like, that is just something that I have told myself I'm going to do this year, is I'm going to sit down and eat and just enjoy my food. I don't do any homework during lunch. I don't study during lunch. That is when I just from the world and just, focus on the plate. Literally, that's all I'm focused on. And of course, the most important topic, senioritis. We all suffer with it from the second we are enrolled into school. Senioritis sucks. It is the reason why I'm just like, forget it. Like, I've submitted my college applications, what's the point? Even though I know I am not done. Because colleges are still looking at my grades, and I still have stuff that I need to submit because of my artistic portfolio. Like, honestly, I'm right with you on that boat. I don't actually know how to fight senioritis. I guess I just fight it by being like, listen, get up and do some work and just making myself work. So, yeah, there's that. I guess I just work for like half an hour, then break for like 5 or 6 minutes, half an hour, break 5 or 6 minutes, and just kind of go on that pattern. Yeah. Oh, watching Study with me's really help for some reason. Like, it just makes me feel productive, and I'm like, wow, look at that study aesthetic. I'm gonna be like that, and then I go study, and it's wild how that happens.